The holiday season has arrived, and a pair of rivals in Section 4-3A hope to give themselves the gift of victory. Doing so would give them the inside track to the 1 seed in postseason play. The Totino-Grace Eagles at 5-2 host the Hill Murray Pioneers at 2-3. Both teams ranked in the top 10 in the most recent Class 3A poll. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Pete, and all by myself, talking to myself for this evening. That's Chaos Theory. But we've got a big rivalry awaiting us. Totino-Grace, we saw them on Friday. They struggled when it came to field goal percentage in their loss to Champlin Park. Hannah Herzig making her return from a wrist injury. X-rays are negative. She's had a couple of practice sessions since then. So Mary Dengerud, the Totino-Grace head coach, is hopeful that Herzig has shaken off the cobwebs, if you will, and can contribute the way she has, especially at the start of the season. She had 4 20-point games in a row as they racked up some big wins, including Benilde St. Margaret's and De La Salle. Leah Dengerud, the other player to watch in terms of scoring, she averages 15 points per game. Herzig averages 22. Even though they lost a tough one to Champlin Park, that was more over shot selection than anything else. This is a strong team, a well-disciplined team. A win over Hill Murray would tab them as the favorite to get out of Section 4-3A. Hill Murray, they've been dealing with a lot of adversity. They did win the section last year, but lost a lot of talent to graduation. I spoke with Erin Herman briefly, and she said illness and injuries have forced her to use a different starting 5 every game. And the results would indicate that choppiness, sitting at 2-3. But they are not to be underestimated, not when you have an anchor like Ella Runyon, who's averaging over 20 points per game. However, she is the only Hill Murray athlete averaging double figures in scoring. If the Pioneers want to stake another claim in Section 4-3A, they'll have to look for production elsewhere, but they have some solid pieces to do it. They have a lot of experience as well. Hill Murray usually one of the teams you have to get through if you want to reach the state tournament. This year's Pioneers team, even though they're 1 game under 500, appears to be no exception. We'll be back for the starting lineups. This is high school girls basketball.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
James, she's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Let's put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Welcome back to The Nest at Totino-Grace in Fridley. And hello, yes, I'm calling the game. I hope my narration doesn't bother the Hill Murray fans in attendance. No, oh, thank you. I'm getting some compliments for my ugly Christmas sweater. This is the 1 week of the year where I can get away with it. The sweater, that is. And who doesn't love a little Pac-Man? Hill Murray, 2-3. Their most recent game, a loss to Edina, 60-37. Actually, the last couple of games, they had a hard time finding offense, but remember, they've been dealing with ailments, injuries, things that have impacted their cohesion. They did score a couple of wins over Grand Rapids and Alexandria. Grand Rapids, a top 10 team in Class 3A and one of the perennials to reach the state tournament in that group. Ella Runyon, the player to watch for the Pioneers, 21 points per game, season high 36. No one else has scored more than 14 points in a game, though, for the Pioneers. That may have to change for Hill Murray, but again, they're dealing with a new identity after graduating a multitude of seniors last year. Totino-Grace, it's a two-woman show as far as scoring is concerned. with Hannah Herzig and Leah Dengerud. Herzig 22.7, Dengerud 15.6. Coming off that loss to Champlain Park, but they have some quality wins on the resume. Benilde St. Margaret's and De La Salle, those two meeting tonight. De La Salle and Benilde St. Margaret's, a couple of the perennials, BSM trying to build their way back up. They have held their own in Northwest Suburban Conference play. They're the only 3A school in that group, but they have run into some obstacles, losing to Blaine and Champlain Park. Again, that isn't uncommon when you're the only 3A school amidst a 4A conference. Here's a look at the starting five for the Pioneers. It will be Elise Grappoli, number 12, Mason Reimel, number 14, Ella Runyon, number 15, Evelyn Perkins, number 20, and Haley Wolgamon, number 25. Totino-Grace will start. Leah Dengerud, number 3, Grace Spavacek, number 4, Hannah Herzig, number 11, Abby Lord, number 24, and Caroline Schlafer, number 35. At the start of the season, we told you we would cover as many games as we can. What lies ahead is a bit uncertain as we navigate Omicron. But we'll take advantage of every opportunity that comes our way. Totino-Grace wins the tip. They're wearing the navy, and they waste little time moving down court. But a foul is called on Totino-Grace after they missed the layup on the first possession. Again, it's early, but not too early to discuss the implications of this game. Whoever wins could get the 1 seed in Section 4-3A. And I would guess it's going to come down to one of these two. Matamidi with a decent group, but I don't know if they have the playmakers that these two teams do. And again, when you start your season with 2 statement wins in your first 4 games, that says a lot about the potential. Hill Murray was tabbed as the favorite by the Breakdown crew in the preseason. Totino-Grace, though, they have some history, winning a state championship back in 2008, beating De La Salle to do it, if memory serves correct. Hill Murray ball. This is Evelyn Perkins. Grappoli. Hill Murray was running a series of reverses, it looked like, and Wolgamont couldn't hook up with Perkins. Pioneers turn it over. Herzig in trouble. Abby Lord, baseline J, too strong. Runyon picks it up. She finds Perkins. Dribble was disrupted, and that allows Grace Spavacek to get in there for the block. Totino-Grace draws the foul. That's why we mention this all the time. Stay with it. You never know when a defensive effort can get you a stop, even something as little as a deflection or a poke. Herzig lost it. Wolgamont picks it up. Can't get around Dengerud, and we're seeing a similar start to the Totino-Grace Champlain Park game a few days ago. Both sides struggling to get on the board, but Leah Dengerud can change that in a hurry. Her 3 goes off the iron. Rebound Runyon. Runyon, the 2021 Metro East Player of the Year. Pioneers with a pair of chances, they can't put it in. Herzig to Spavacek. She's blocked by Runyon. Pioneers on the move. And it appears they'll reset. Traveling call. Elise Grappoli, the 5'3" freshman, couldn't put on the brakes in time. Hill Murray ending an 8-year state tournament drought when they reached the Big Dance in 2021. They have never won a state title in Class 3A, but they've come close a couple of times. Leah Dengerud finds her three-point stroke there and gets us our first basket of the game. The Totino-Grace coaching staff coordinating with their ugly Christmas sweaters. 3-ball, corner pocket. Evelyn Perkins. She gets on the board. Herzig looking to feed it, and that will be a foul on Perkins. That will be her second, and Erin Herman, starting point guard, has 2 quick fouls. So she's going to have to sit a while with 15:20 left in the first half. So Hill Murray has to work their way out of some adversity. Ella Runyon can certainly help with that cause, but she ran into a wall. I think Dengerud was able to set herself up in time and get the stop. Hill Murray has the arrow. Peyton Mackley was blocked by Schlafer. Pioneers will reset it, already subbing heavily. Herzig brings the ball up after Totino-Grace forces the turnover, and they score in the fast break. Herzig to Spivacek for 2. Pioneers see a lane. Schlafer gets there just in time, and a foul is called on Spivacek as Emma Vasky won the sprint to the ball. The Eagles now go to the bench. Ava Regal. And Ituro Atuko. (5-3) the score. Runyon looking to shake off Atuko. Atuko fouled out in Friday's game. And I believe an illegal screen was called. No, a 3-second call. Totino-Grace not producing much on offense, but their defense producing a bevy of stops in the early going. Atuko, pass was tipped and swiped by Katie McGrath. Grappoli. Vasky near the elbow, long 2. Off the rim, but plenty of white jerseys to get that rebound. Everyone on Totino-Grace went underneath, and that allows Ella Runyon to score in the putback, but Totino-Grace with the quick answer. Leah Dengerud on the fast break play. Mary Dengerud hoping Leah has a stronger game than Friday. Atuko with the steal. Herzig going toe-to-toe with Peyton Mackley, and that will mean free throws for number 11, Hannah Herzig, who leads the Eagles in scoring. Her athletic career has included soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, swimming, and dance. She plays on the tennis team and also a member of the National Honor Society. Knocks down both free throws. She gets on the board. And the Eagles with a 9-5 lead over the Pioneers. Atuko again tried to time the pass. Went out of bounds that time, so side out for Hill Murray. Perkins back in the game. Remember, she has 2 fouls. Herzig pickpockets the ball, gains control, and lays it in. Timeout. Hill Murray. The Eagles making their first run as they lead 11-5. And Hannah Herzig scoring on a pair of possessions for the Eagles. We've got some fun facts to share involving Totino-Grace. Hannah Herzig, her favorite activity outside of basketball is getting punched pizza. Her favorite movie, Step Brothers. And something tells me she might also enjoy the other comedy vehicles led by Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. But Hannah Herzig, as we said in the open, started her season with 4 straight 20-point games. All 4 of those games were wins for Totino-Grace. If she can generate offense early, as she is appearing to do, that could give Totino-Grace a welcome nucleus of offensive production. Ella Runyon will shoot 2, drawing the foul on Atuko. Runyon has led the Pioneers in scoring and rebounds for the last 2 seasons. Enjoys playing football and spike ball. Also involved in varsity soccer, National Honor Society, peer listening, DECA, and CARE. So Ella Runyon has plenty of activities on that college application resume. Splits at the line. That makes it 11-6. Herzig to Dengerud. And she gets called for traveling. Runyon bringing the ball up. Now Perkins has it. Got a lot of experience last year, and that's a carry. The official spotted it. I noticed it from here, but the official's signal is the one that matters. But looked like a high dribble, and .11:40 left in the first half. We're going to have a stoppage here to address the situation with the crowd. 11-6 the score. Looking ahead with these 2 teams, Totino-Grace will continue Northwest Suburban Conference play. Their next scheduled game is Centennial. On the road. They have a pair of road games now. Again, what that schedule looks like is to be determined as professional sports leagues are dealing with the Omicron variant. I have a feeling we'll see some reschedulings, postponements, and cancellations here. We resume action. Dengerud for 3. Short. And a dead ball rebound to Hill Murray. Runyon trying to shake off Abby Lord. Can't do so. We'll find Mason Reimel. Herzig times it. Another steal and run out. Anna Herzig doing a splendid job up top defensively. Runyon, fadeaway, no good. Last touched by Herzig. It will stay Hill Murray ball, but the Eagles with a 13-6 lead over the Pioneers. Again, key section implications in 4-3A. And one of several great games on the slate for tonight as teams play games during the extended winter break. That will be a foul on Abby Lord. Schlafer goes back in as Lord picks up her second personal foul. Perkins with 2, and now Lord with 2. Hannah Herzig again, forcing the tie-up. Totino-Grace with the arrow that time. Hannah Herzig's defensive tenacity is noteworthy. And I should clarify that when I research games, several teams don't post the full stat line on Minnesota Girls Basketball Hub. That is my primary source for data. Traveling call on Totino-Grace. So when you mention, or when you hear the scoring numbers and me talking about how you've got to get players involved in offense and how Totino-Grace may be a two-woman show, we can only give you a partial picture because the points get added each night, but not everyone includes rebounds, assists, steals, and the like. That can create the context that sometimes is missing. We do have a foul on Totino-Grace, and if I'm correct, they have used up all their fouls to give, and my instinct was correct. So free throws coming for Haley Wolgamott, who gets on the board. Wolgamott averaging 8 points per game entering this contest. Did not play varsity last year, but Erin Herman expects her to be a top contributor for this year, and Hill Murray gets the deflection, got it off of Dengerud, so they will keep possession with 10:08 left in the first half. Runyon to number 1, Izzy Knoxteam. Izzy, a transfer from Two Rivers, the school formerly known as Henry Sibley. Knoxteam cuts her way inside, but comes up strong on the layup attempt. Totino-Grace almost coughs it up. 3 on the way. Swish! Ava Regal with a big three-pointer. And the Eagles building some separation. Again, though, they have a pair of quality wins. Hill Murray throws it away. Looks like some miscommunication on the route. And Erin Herman has seen enough. She'll call timeout with 9:16 to go in the first half. Totino-Grace, it's been a slow but steady climb in this first half as they hold a 9-point lead. Looking ahead at the Pioneers, they have a more favorable schedule based on conference affiliation. They shouldn't have too much trouble in the Metro East. Some other games of note, they'll host De La Salle on February 3rd, and they will go on the road to play Marshall. That is an annual series between the two teams. They will also host Minnetonka on January 12th. Seeing how the Skippers have played this season, that may not be a great matchup. That could be a tough one for the Pioneers, but got to give them props for their willingness to take on one of the 3A and 4A powers. But again, the Metro East, Matamidi could give them a challenge, but looking at the rest of the group, I wouldn't be surprised if Hill Murray picks up the conference title. We mentioned the Eagles winning the state championship back in 08. Leah Dengerud shuffled her feet before starting the dribble. They made the state tournament 3 straight years in 3A, 07, 08, 09. And Hill Murray, Bethany Doolittle and Tessa Sitchie were quite the pair, even though they came up just short. Carrying call on Knox team. Another turnover for Hill Murray, and the Pioneers struggling a bit. Riegel with a driving kick, and the baseline switch for Caroline Schlafer. That gets her on the board. And the Eagles pulling away, but a long way to go, and they're going to send Hill Murray to the line. Ella Runyon, 1-1, following the foul on Schlafer, her second. Aaron Herman said Runyon, a tremendous all-around player in every aspect of the game. And the breakdown book, the crew that puts that together considered her one of the best rebounders. More substitutions for Totino-Grace before these free throws. Runyon knocks down the front end. In her view, the skills required to be a great rebounder are good court vision, reaction time, and game IQ. Most importantly, it takes grit, perseverance, and toughness. Split at the line, Perkins couldn't get the save, so Totino-Grace will take over. They lead 18-8, 8:27 left in the first half. And a foul on the reach-in by Haley Wolgamot as she bumped Grace Spivacek. Five-second call. Herzig took too long. And even though Totino-Grace has more or less controlled this game, controlled the flow, it's only a 10-point margin. It wouldn't take much for Hill Murray to bounce their way back in this. Tough shot there. Dead ball rebound to the Pioneers. Peyton Mackley tried to squeeze through the hole and didn't have a great angle on that attack. And an inbound violation on Hill Murray. So an unforced error on the Pioneers. They look a little disorganized. They've made a couple of unforced errors. Totino-Grace, they've had a couple of traveling calls go against them. But overall, they have been the more polished team. Herzig steps into a three. Bullseye! Speaking of polish, Herzig is shining. 21-8. In a battle between the number 6 and number 8 teams in the most recent 3A poll. Those numbers could change tomorrow. Perkins was pinned near the sideline. It will stay Hill Murray ball. But the Pioneers not getting a whole lot on offense. Ella Runyon with just 4 points. We'll try again after another poke from Atuko. Runyon, double team. Perkins lost it. And Regal will scoop it up for the steal. Herzig bounces it over to Dengerud. Lines up the 3 and it's pure. Dengerud with 8. And the Eagles awakening on offense here. They lead by 16. 24-8. Entry pass. Hill Murray had nowhere to go, but Emma Vasky able to draw the foul, and she'll at least get a couple of free throws here. An excellent outside shooter and slasher, Erin Herman believed she would be a key contributor in this year's team. She knocks down the front end. So Vasky gives Hill Murray a pair of points at the line. They have just a couple of field goals to their credit as they trail 24-10. Herzig on the move. No good. Vasky with the rebound. Perkins to Vasky. Perkins is diving all over the place trying to keep possession alive. Loose ball. Looks like we'll have a tie-up. And we do. Hill Murray with the arrow. Totino-Grace coming up empty on the last couple of fast break chances. And even though Hill Murray has struggled, remember, just because you're trailing big now, hold up, we have a timeout. Just because you're trailing big early doesn't mean the win or the game is out of reach. 6:17 to go. In the first half, 24-10 is our score. Hill Murray, again, working with a new lineup after the talent they graduated, including Bella Hartzell, who set a record for most three-point field goals in a single game, a school record that is, knocking down 11. Lily Mackley was another one. Claire Pearson. But Erin Herman believed the strengths of the Pioneers would be speed, intensity on defense, and focus. They need to find consistent scoring, play consistently well on the defensive end, and that could come with time. And remember, Hill Murray does have a favorable conference schedule with the Metro East, a lot of those teams rebuilding. Similarly, North St. Paul, they're doing much better than previous years. Matamidi could give them a run, but again, I expect Hill Murray to win the Metro East. Runyon draws a lot of coverage, was forced into a fadeaway, and I don't care how skilled you are, those are always tough shots. Herzig finds Dengerud for 3, you bet! Dengerud with 3 triples. And the Totino-Grace Eagles are soaring. Another turnover. Seeing a lot of holiday colors in the Totino-Grace student section. And the Eagles are being given the green light on offense here. Herzig can't add to it. Runyon with the rebound. Notice how much defensive coverage she draws. Herzig swipes it and leans around Runyon for the score. Herzig up to 11. Dengerud with 11. And the 1-2 punch of Totino-Grace, they're both outscoring Hill Murray. 3 on the way. No good. Another foul on Totino-Grace, so that will give Hill Murray a chance to score at the line. That's the 3rd foul on Herzig, so she'll likely have to sit the rest of the frame, and that's unfortunate with the synchronicity she has developed with Dengerud. Haley Wolgamott with a chance to add some points at the line, knocking down the front end. We'll have to settle for a split. There have been a lot of splits on the Hill Murray side. Matuko couldn't handle the pass. A fortuitous bounce, but a missed 3-pointer from number 33, Megan Spencer. And remember, the Pioneers in a bit of foul trouble themselves with the starting point guard, Evelyn Perkins, at 2. And I'm really curious to see what Totino-Grace's offense will look like with Herzig relegated to the bench for the final 4:44. Again, she has 3 fouls. And an offensive foul is called. A push foul on Peyton Mackley, number 33. Nope, I stand corrected. That was Runyon. In any event, that's another turnover for the Pioneers, and they can't afford those types of miscues, not when they're trailing 29-11. Look to be in it early. Remember, Totino-Grace playing without Hannah Herzig for the moment, as Herzig sits with 3 fouls. Still Eagles ball. Spencer to Dengerud. Long 2. No good. Atuko raced in there to get the O board. Regal draws the foul. That is the last to give for Hill Murray. Dengerud had trouble fielding the pass, but recovers in time. They will give her continuation. Leah Dengerud likes spending time with family. She has 2 pet cats. And she is clawing Totino-Grace forward. 14 points. She struggled to find offense in the Champlin Park game. Didn't shoot all that well. Doing much better here. A 3-point play. Hill Murray coughs it up. Regal. And another foul on Hill Murray. That means free throws for number 4, Grace Spivacek. This is a 1-1. Spivacek gets the front end to drop. Big fan of the Twilight film series. Her pregame ritual, getting Jimmy John's. I wonder what her favorite sandwich is. Spivacek knocks down those free throws. Almost got another score there. Runyon with the denial. And Atuko able to strip the ball and prevent the fast break opportunity. 3:41 to go. And Totino-Grace up big, 34-11. And another Eagles foul. So Hill Murray goes back to the line. Just 2 field goals. Most of their scoring has come at the charity stripe. That's the first personal foul on Atuko. And Wolgamott try to add to her numbers. Based on what I've seen in the first half, getting more space for Runyon could be key for the Pioneers to find some success. Because every time she has touched the ball, at least from my vantage point, she gets doubled up right away. But this Pioneers team does have some solid wins on the resume, even if they've run into some struggles. They get the stop there, but Megan Spencer races there in time for the block. Runyon rejects the three-pointer from the corner. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. Dengerud, baseline J, no good. Rebound to Spencer. Riegel lost it. Hill Murray looking to push. And that is a microcosm of this first half for Hill Murray. Dengerud. How did she get that open? One-on-one coverage while she was bringing the ball up. Got past her defender, and the lane was wide open. Dengerud says, thank you very much. I'll take that. Runyon on the post-up draws the foul. I don't believe what I'm seeing. Runyon knocks down the front end. She has 6 points, but most of them have come from the free throw line. She has just 1 field goal. And right now, Leah Dengerud is still outscoring Hill Murray. She has 16 points. Hill Murray with just 14. And now the Pioneers extending their pressure defense. And Mary Dengerud will call a timeout with her team in a little bit of trouble on the inbound there. 36-14 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Let's share a few more notes about this Totino-Grace team. Itoro Atuko, another Jimmy John's fan. How about some of these movies? The favorite movies, Leah Dengerud, hers is The Proposal. Spivacek, we noted, the Twilight series. Atuko, a big fan of Moana. Herzig, the Step Brothers. Riegel, hers is The Blind Side. Abby Lord, a big fan of the Pitch Perfect franchise. Caroline Schlafer has an affinity for Pitch Perfect 2. In other words, you can tell I'm old. And the Hill Murray pressure defense does pay off. They're able to force the turnover, and they'll get a side out underneath the Totino-Grace basket. And they waste little time capitalizing on that situation. Katie McGrath converts the inbound feed. That was close. I almost thought Terhar was going to get called for a walk. But a field goal is a welcome sight for the Pioneers, who haven't scored many of them, as they try to work their way back. A foul on Hill Murray. Free throws for Megan Spencer. And she bricks the front end. Totino-Grace is still in a 1-and-1, so the Pioneers get another stop. And they'll get free throws. Free throws aren't the sexiest way to score, but Hill Murray will take it. Anything to give them a confidence boost heading into the halftime intermission, they will gladly take. Free throws coming for Mason Reimel, who gets on the board. Reimel hasn't scored a lot this season, but expected to be one of the senior leaders. And Aaron Herman says we do anticipate more scoring from her. Given the makeup of this team, she knocks down both free throws. Pioneers get another stop. Emma Vasky with the steal there. 3 on the way. And that would have helped the Hill Murray cause. Atuko. Terhart back to Atuko. She fires the corner 3, can't connect. And that will be a dead ball rebound to Hill Murray as Cecilia Savard, that is, stepped on the baseline. So the Pioneers get another stop, and they have a chance to pick up a big bucket here. They've been able to draw some fouls too. And just as I say that, they draw another one. More free throws. Again, not the sexiest way to score, but they can go a long way if you make them count. Ella Runyon slowly adding to her total. Last year's Metro East Player of the Year. Left that one short. Hill Murray, 12 of 18 from the line. 30 seconds. Atuko. Let's see if the Eagles hope for the final shot. Atuko thought about it. Goes baseline and slices her way in for 2. Great use of the pump fake. 3 ball. No good. Runyon, rebound. No. Draws the foul. Runyon, she has struggled to find her shots down low, but you have to commend her for staying with it. She draws another foul, and how she's been able to do that is certainly helping Hill Murray. And again, these free throws may not go on the highlight reel, but They're providing a crucial source of points for Hill Murray when shots aren't going in. Runyon knocks down both. That should take us to the halftime break. No, a steal. Oh, time expired, but Hill Murray starting to make some plays on defense, turn the tide in their favor. Totino-Grace came out flying. Leah Dengerud with 16 points. But some help from the free throw line, giving the Pioneers a lifeline. 38-21 is the score as we enter the halftime intermission in a battle that could determine the 1 seed in Section 4-3A. We'll be back for the second half in a moment. This is high school girls basketball.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Mike Beaton all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. High school girls basketball, Section 4-3A battle between Totino-Grace and Hill Murray. The winner will likely get the inside track to the 1 seed if we do have a postseason. I say if because we have no idea what the next 5 minutes will bring, so we'll just ride it out as best we can. Leading scores in the first half. Ella Runyon had 9 points, just 1 field goal, struggled to get shots inside, but was able to get to the free throw line multiple times. Totino-Grace, Leah Dengerud had 16. Hannah Herzig was off to a flying start with 11, but she got hit with 3 fouls and had to sit a good chunk of the first half. I imagine she will be mindful, and I'm sure Mary Dengerud told her as much, just watch out. That being said, Totino-Grace handled themselves well without her on the floor. Hill Murray was able to get some stops and turn the tide when they increased their pressure defensively, so keep an eye out for that in the second half. Hannah Herzig drives no good. Dengerud draws the foul, and she will shoot 2. Dengerud, the fan of the proposal. Mary calls her a great shooting guard and all-around player. She is going to Concordia-St. Paul next year. And she misses the front end. Started her varsity career at De La Salle, then made the move over to Totino-Grace. And has fit in nicely. Gets the back end, 39-21. Let's see if Hill Murray can find more success when it comes to field goals. That was an area they struggled in, and I'll tell you what, Ella Runyon, she's doing a solid job when it comes to drawing fouls. She gets one there on Abby Lord, and that is her 3rd. So Totino-Grace having to navigate foul trouble here. Considerable foul trouble at that. 2 of their starters with 3. Perkins, guarded by Herzig. Hannah was such a difference maker early on. You certainly don't want her to pick up a 4th foul in a cheap way. Runyon again. Drawing another foul on Dengerud. That is just her first, but Runyon drawing 2 fouls to start the second half. That may not mean much now, but it could help if it gets Hill Murray to the line. Dengerud, she's had enough, gets the steal, and hooks up with Spivacek, who wisely uses her body, attacks the lane, gets her first field goal. Knew she had a favorable position against Elise Grappoli, and with Grappoli's back turned, I think Spivacek knew she could just go right at her. Drew the contact and has a chance for the three-point play. Doesn't get it, but still a big bucket nonetheless for Totino-Grace, and they could get another one as Herzig leaps up for the steal. Lost control of it. Now Runyon has it. Keeps her dribble. Finds Perkins for three. No good. Grappoli with the O-board. Another three ball. No good. Herzig wins the scrum for the rebound that time. Finds Dengerud. Runyon with the denial, but Dengerud stays with it and recovers for the second chance bucket. 19 points for Leah Dengerud. Carrying call on Hill Murray. It's worth noting that Dengerud has just one 20-point game this season. Herzig to Lord. Bounce pass, three ball, off the window. Dengerud draws the foul and will shoot two more. Last year, Dengerud had 15.1 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. Also involved in track and field, the National Honor Society, and LaSallian Ministry. And this is the kind of start Hill Murray was hoping to avoid in the second half, where Totino-Grace picks up scoring opportunities early and often. They lead by 23. And another carrying call. Grappoli is having a tough time bringing the ball up court. Just a freshman, so she'll have plenty of time to adapt. Herzig, nothing doing. Hill Murray struggling again. A bump, nothing called either side, so we play on. No foul, no travel. I guess they cancel each other out. You don't see that often. Usually it goes one way or the other. Now the Eagles getting a bevy of chances on this possession, and they finally convert with Schlafer knocking down the baseline, Jay, after one of her earlier shots was blocked by Runyon. Ella Runyon doing everything she can. But the Pioneers having a rough go of it, but their starting point guard currently on the bench. And a traveling violation on Wolgamott. It looked like Hill Murray had discovered a way to get to Totino-Grace. But that has changed in a hurry. Off the inbound, Lord can't put it in. Runyon got the rebound, almost in a tie-up with Totino-Grace, but if you didn't hear the official, the Totino-Grace player touched the out-of-bounds line. That awarded possession to the Pioneers. Runyon bumped from behind. And that is the third foul on Schlafer. Pioneers had trouble on the inbound. Matuko was looking to hook up with Regal on the fast break. Instead, She passed it into the hands of Katie McGrath, who is racing from behind. Grappoli. Runyon's calling for it. McGrath didn't see it, but she will go to the line for 2. Kitty McGrath, the junior. Averaging 4 points per game in the early part of the season. Jump ball, Hill Murray with the arrow. In case you're wondering, Hill Murray, 15 of their 22 points have come for the free throw line. And they cough it up on the inbound. That has to hurt. Herzig. Did she draw the foul? Or is it an offensive foul? No, Herzig will be called for the charge. That will be her 4th. No, they call it on Spencer instead. Must have happened away from the ball. Nope. Okay, so it was on Herzig. I misheard the PA announcer. Spencer was going into the lineup, so Herzig has to sit with 4 fouls, at least for a while. Her team, though, still up big. 46-22. Perkins to Runyon. Ella just can't get those shots to fall, but again, drawing a lot of coverage anytime she touches the ball. Foul on Hill Murray. And that is the 3rd on Peyton Mackley. Remember, this Hill Murray team had a lot of pieces as they got back to state. Dengerud. Over to Regal. Had a tough angle there. Runyon picks it up. Peyton Mackley couldn't handle the pass. Dengerud picks it up again and draws the foul on Emma Vasky. Spivacek had an opening, couldn't get the bounce. Runyon, their do-everything player. This is Knox team. Through the lane, too strong. Just over 12 minutes to go. Remember, Herzig has 4 fouls. But it's Dengerud who has showed up to play, and Atuko has chipped in nicely off the bench as well. She has a couple of field goals. Completes that slash for 2. And Hill Murray turns it over again. Atuko will take a breather. Hill Murray, this is the break they sorely need. Steal and run out by Wolgamott. That is her first field goal. And another steal. Runyon able to keep it in play. I believe that is the first field goal Hill Murray has scored in this half. But they just look out of sorts on sets. And it's hard to compete when you're not getting passes in cleanly. The Pioneers, again, they have time, but remember, this team looks a lot different than the one that made it to state last year. Dengerud is fouled, and we'll get the shooting motion. It's been a busy evening for Leah Dengerud, who has her second 20-point game of the season. But she is struggling a bit at the free throw line. One game does not portend to what comes next, but it is worth noting Hill Murray was tabbed as the favorite to win the section in the preseason. With the strength of Ella Runyon, right now it's Totino-Grace who is doing big things, and an offensive foul on Hill Murray. No free throws awarded, of course, because it's a team control foul. And then a foul on Totino-Grace. So Hill Murray gets the ball back. Again, team control, so no free throws awarded, but both teams are now in the penalty. So we could see a lot of free throws the rest of the way. Free throws have been the one thing Hill Murray has taken advantage of. Knox team looked like she was in trouble up top. Dengerud can't get the roll. Abby Lord is there for the cleanup. That gets her on the board. And really, for the Pioneers, traveling call there on number 13, Maya Giese. What you're seeing is a team still picking up on instincts, tendencies. Again, when you have a sharpshooter like Bella Hartzell in your ranks, and she and several other of your leaders graduate, it's a tall order for the returning players sometimes. Oh, nice cut. Somebody got screened to the floor. Caroline Schlafer sensing the opening, cut inside, and scored an easy two. Runyon with the rebound. We haven't called her name in a while. As Totino-Grace slowly icing this one here. Runyon draws the foul, and back to the free throw line she goes. She patterns her game after Giannis Antetokounmpo from the defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks. One of her most notable memories involving a key rebound after a teammate missed a shot. She put it back up, got an N1. And as a result, provided the game-winning bucket with 2.2 seconds to go. Runyon will take a breather. 9:04 to go, 53-26. I think what you're seeing here is an example of the difference in trajectory between these two teams. Hill Murray having to work with a lot of new pieces. Totino-Grace bringing back a lot of their key figures, including the 1-2 punch of Dengerud and Herzig. Dengerud, by the way, does have a season high, even though she has struggled at the free throw line as of late. Will play at Concordia-St. Paul next year, joining the likes of Kayla Ty and Lindsay Becker, who are already there. Becker, by the way, set the school record for most blocks in a game. She recorded 11 in her most recent outing. Dengerud knocks down both free throws. That puts up to 23. And Totino-Grace will get a key victory in their section. One that will likely give them the inside track to the 1 seed. More free throws coming for Hill Murray. This is a bizarre situation. That seems to be a thing with the Totino-Grace games that we've covered. But from here, it looks like Totino-Grace will play exclusively within conference. There are a couple of games we wouldn't mind checking out. Again, we'll have to monitor the situation. Spivacek hit the floor hard off that screen. Dengerud with the open three, buries it. Mary Dengerud will call a timeout to get Spivacek out of there. But even in that instance, Totino-Grace effectively had 4 on 5. And Dengerud was still able to make her way open and knock down the 3. 8:04 remains in the second half. Leah Dengerud with a season-high 26 points, had just one 20-point game all season entering this matchup. And you have to imagine Totino-Grace, we said this before, even though they came up short against Champlain Park, that they should have a chance to contend against some of the Northwest suburban teams. Blaine was close, Champlain Park was close. Centennial will see them on Thursday, hopefully. You have to think some winnable games include Osseo, Park Center, Elk River rebuilding. Armstrong has Savannah McGowan. Spring Lake Park. You go up and down this group. Maple Grove on the 27th. That might be one we're circling on the calendar. Again, we're going to play things by ear because we don't know what the next 5 minutes will bring. But Totino-Grace, I think, got everyone's attention when they beat Benilde St. Margaret's. And then got a big win over De La Salle. They're about to secure another big win over a section rival and establish themselves as a team to watch in 4-3A. Will it be enough to make it to state? We shall see. Loose ball foul on Hill Murray, so more free throws coming for the Eagles. And keep in mind, Totino-Grace is doing all this with limited production out of Hannah Herzig. She got her 4th foul on a charge and went to the bench, hasn't come back. Not that she needs to. Regal knocks down both free throws, and we are closing in on the mercy rule threshold. Bill Murray, shots were hard to find, and the passing game has some cleaning up if they want to reverse course, but Rapoli able to find a lane and attack the basket for 2. Atuko fakes, gets bumped, but not enough to draw a foul. Runyon back in the game, picks up the rebound. Perkins. And nowhere to go. High nose will reset. Runyon was calling for it again. Perkins tried to cut away to the basket. Her layup is long. And then Peyton Mackley hacks Atuko. Some more free throws coming. Atuko averaging 6.2 points per game. Has 4 here. A couple of layups. And you heard that swish all the way from here. This will establish Totino-Grace as the team to beat in the section. Hill Murray, it will come down to passing. They had a lot of passing miscues in the second half. Unforced errors, that really is it. They've got some talent. Ella Runyon playing her tail off. And Hannah Herzig will check back in with 6:18 to go. And perhaps that's the most impressive aspect of this performance out of Totino-Grace, not getting as much production as they wanted, or at least as many minutes as they wanted. But the Eagles understood the assignment. Perkins for 3, too strong. They understood the assignment. Swarming Ella Runyon throughout on sets, not letting her get anything going. More free throws for Dengerud. And Dengerud splits at the line, upping her total to 27. Three on the way, no good. Deflection. Swing it around. Count the bucket. And the foul for Ava Regal. That should put us at the mercy rule threshold. And a frustrated Ella Runyon goes to the bench. Three on the way. Nothing doing. Here comes Herzig. Katie McGrath on her, and Herzig using the first step to get her a bucket in the second half. Herzig offering another reminder of her capabilities, but it was Dengerud's night. Herzig, again, had an electric first half, limited by foul trouble, and had to sit for most of the second half, but a fantastic performance. Leah Dengerud, about the only thing I think she would like to polish up are her free throws. But outside of that, a commendable performance. Abby Lord cuts inside, takes the feed from Spivacek in for two. This Totino-Grace team, they got a lot of attention when they knocked out Benilde St. Margaret's, and they're about to score a big win over a section rival. This was a battle of 6 and 8 in the polls, and polls, of course, are just a snapshot in time. And that's going to bring in the deep players. And at the start of the broadcast, we did note the ailments, illnesses, just things you can't always control that have afflicted Hill Murray that could be causing some trouble with their chemistry. But when your defensive scheme is successful in stopping Ella Runyon, as Hill Murray was able to, or Totino-Grace was able to do, that was it. No one else from Hill Murray was able to make Totino-Grace pay for it. So we're gonna see some action from the bench players, including Atuko, who goes on another drive for two. Contact on the drive. Maxteam will shoot a pair. Hill Murray will regroup. They have their holiday tournament next week, a 3-day affair. Again, we'll see what happens with that. At the start of the basketball season, the plan was to have a normal year, invitationals, and we certainly had that. Getting to cover some games at the tip-off weekend, and then the tip-off classic hosted by the Breakdown. We'll have to see what comes next. More free throws coming. For Kayla Terhar, as Totino-Grace reaches the 70-point mark for the second time this season. That gets Terhar on the board. So Hill Murray will have a week to regroup before they start their 3 games in 3 days slate. Again, at least that's the hope. We'll have to see what happens. But they just could not get Ella Runyon any openings to work with as the final seconds tick away. And Totino-Grace puts a bow on this one, 72-32 the final. Hill Murray was able to get some stops in the end of the first half, but Totino-Grace was too much for them. Leah Dengerud all over the Pioneers. 27 points, Hannah Herzig with 13. Again, if Herzig was able to play the full contingent or her typical one, who knows? But Totino-Grace gets the win and the inside track to the 1 seed in Section 4-3A when we get to that part of the season. We'll try to get a word with Leah Dengerud before we wrap it up. This is high school girls basketball. The Eagles knock off the Pioneers 72-32. And we're joined by Leah Dengerud, who scored a season-high 27 points tonight, her second 20-point game of the season as Totino-Grace romped over Hill Murray 72-32. Leah, I'm not sure what the game plan was going in, but what really impressed me was how well you defended Ella Runyon, even though Herzig was limited due to foul trouble. That didn't disrupt Totino-Grace all that much. How surprised were you, and how gratifying is it to know you were able to clamp down on one of Hill Murray's top players?
Well, honestly, if someone gets in foul trouble, you just got to step up to the job. And it's unfortunate, but she did great D. And honestly, you play D on anyone, and you can't be like, oh, I'm scared to play D on her. You just got to do the job and get it done.
I don't think you're scared to play anybody, though, because you started the season with 4 straight wins. De La Salle and Benilde St. Margaret's among them. Now you get a win over a key section opponent. This Totino-Grace team, I don't want to say was under the radar in the early part of the season, but what do you think is making this team click?
Well, we got to go in with a mindset that we're not going to lose. You can't be scared of anyone, not be afraid. You just got to go out and play, and who cares if they're a good team? You just play the best of your ability.
And Herzig was picking up a lot of the scoring load early. She had 4 straight 20-point games. You get a season high. Of course, you had to play a few more minutes. So what helped you find the groove tonight, especially from 3-point range?
Well, it's a team effort. And honestly, just individual, I don't see that. Everyone, good passes, drives. Everyone does their job. And we all can shoot. We all can drive, do free throws. We can all just do our own job and go out on the court and get the job done.
What do you think this win will do for the team moving forward? It's another key win on the resume, and of course, when you get to postseason play, that's a whole different story. But this Totino-Grace team, I think you're starting to get some attention.
Mm-hmm. Just that confidence booster. Go in, not be afraid. Don't get scared of the other team. Go out, do the best you can, and just get that win.
You certainly did, and I also discovered that your favorite film is The Proposal.
Yeah, it's a good comedy, I guess.
Well, it does feature one of my favorite guys, Ryan Reynolds, although I became more of a fan of his through Deadpool. You can tell where my fandom lies, but I propose that you toast you and the rest of the Totino-Grace players after a big win tonight. Before you go, you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi to my friends, family, and my grandma.
Friends, family, grandma, and don't forget you can watch her knock down some 3-pointers next year with the Golden Bears at Concordia-St. Paul. Leah, thanks for stopping by. Congrats on the win, and enjoy the holiday break.
Thank you, you too.
Leah Dengerud of Totino-Grace. That wraps up our coverage from here. For the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Beaton. Thanks for watching High School Girls Basketball.